Welcome to the show. The fall theater season is upon us, and that means plenty of exciting plays and musicals to catch both on and off Broadway. Over the next half hour, we've got you covered with the must-see productions of the season. And to help me break it all down, I'm joined by some of my industry pals, entertainment critic from the New York Post, Johnny Olazinski, Town and Country Magazine editor-in-chief, Stelline Velandez, and Patrick Pacheco from CUNY TV's Theater, All the Moving Parts. Welcome all. Happy start of the fall theater season. Here we go. Before we dive into what's previewing, what's about to open, there is some stuff playing from the summer that is going strong. First and foremost, Mamma Mia, here we go again, is back and doing big business at the box office. Johnny, I know you love this one.
I did like it. First, you have to accept that it's a national tour. It's not a huge new Broadway production. The Stones, the disco floor doesn't light up like it once did. But I just think we needed a jolt of happiness and joy to get us through the summer after a kind of dreary season last year.
And people are loving Mamma Mia. I mean, tourists and...
It's so fun. I mean, it's the kind of theater where you take a group, you go, and you are there to enjoy.
Yeah.
And we need that too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of enjoying a show, I really enjoyed Ginger Twinsies, which is playing off Broadway at the Orpheum Theater. Did you see it, Patrick?
I did. It's fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a play on The Parent Trap, both the original and the remake as well. More of the remake than anything else. And it's got that camp element that Oh Mary has. It's in that tradition. And it's just fun.
Yeah, and going strong at the Orpheum. Phantom is back with a whole new look. I remember seeing you at the final performance of Phantom, Stelline.
Yes.
Masquerade.
Masquerade, which I have not seen, but is really popular.
Yeah, it's in previews. What do you know about Masquerade, Johnny?
It's a bit like Phantom Come Sleep No More.
Yeah.
So you're wandering through, there's 6 actors who play the Phantom. You get, you pick one, I guess, and they take you through. You go to the lake, you go to the roof.
Yeah.
It sounds very mysterious.
Diane Paulus is at the helm of that one. Speaking of Andrew Lloyd Webber, for me personally, the summer event, theater summer event, was Evita in London with Rachel Ziegler. I see you shaking your head.
I did. I went. I loved it. I would have gone again.
Yeah.
I think last summer the pilgrimage was to Boston to see Gatsby and Queen of Versailles.
Yeah.
This summer, the theater pilgrimage was to London to see this Evita, which I thought was extraordinary.
Yeah, and you gave it a...
I gave it 4 out of 4 stars. I feel terrible because we're here to send people to Broadway, and I'm sending them to UnitedAirlines.com. But it's another Jamie Lloyd, Andrew Lloyd Webber home run.
And do you think we'll see it on Broadway soon? That's what I hear.
There's some personality conflicts afoot, but if they can get over them, we should see it ASAP.
All right, let's dive into the plays on Broadway this season. We have Art, Bug, Liberation, Little Bear Ridge Road, Marjorie Prime, Oedipus, Punch, and Waiting for Godot. We'll kick it off with Art. It's a revival, star-studded revival. James Corden, Bobby Cannavale, and Neil Patrick Harris. Did you see this originally in the 90s?
I did, yeah, quite a long time ago, by Yasmina Reza, and it was very popular, and it was quite a hit. I think it's going to be potentially even more of a hit. It's obviously about Neil Patrick Harris, buys a painting, an all-white painting, and this sparks a lot of discussion about art, but it's really about male competition, jealousy, and how frail friendships can be, and they bust up over this one piece of art.
I see you nodding your head.
I did. I saw the original as well. And I think it is a show that has something very relevant to say right now. I think certainly people will come for the star power. I think some of us will come for the nostalgia factor. But I think the conversation that it will inspire will be great for the show.
Yeah. Moving on to Bug. I remember when that played here in New York at the Barrow Street Theater in 2004. Of course, Tracy Letts, Carrie Coon, who are a couple. Tracy Letts wrote Bug. Carrie Coon will be starring in it, fresh off the Gilded Age. Did you see Bug?
I actually saw this exact production when I was at Steppenwolf in 2021.
Okay.
And Carrie Coon was still Carrie Coon of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and The Leftovers. Now she's of The Gilded Age and The White Lotus.
The White Lotus.
So she's become this huge thing. You know, she is a woman that goes into she meets a man who thinks he's covered in insects. and gradually she gives in to his delusion. So it's a bit about conspiracy and paranoia. Some might say that's relevant. It's always relevant, isn't it?
And David Cromer, who's directing a lot this season, is at the helm of this.
And more to come.
And more to come.
Yeah.
Celine, what do you know?
I'm sure what you all know.
Liberation, which was a huge hit last season off Broadway, is coming in. Whitney White is directing, and Bess Wall wrote this play. What do you know about Liberation, Patrick?
I saw it, loved it when it was off Broadway. I think it's going to be hopefully it'll be a great success. It's obviously about 2 generations of women's liberation. It's about a young woman who's trying to figure out why her mother, who was this housewife raising kids, was once a radical feminist in the 70s, and where exactly the feminism is now, you know, in 2025, and it pivots and toggles between the 2 eras. And it features a cast of 6 or more that are just terrific, and I loved it.
I just remember people raving about that production last season. Little Bear Ridge Road, speaking of Steppenwolf, coming in, Laurie Metcalf and Micah Stock in this play. It's also the return of Scott Rudin, who is coming back as a producer. Joe Mantello directing this. Did you see?
I'm really letting my Chicagoan cards show.
I know,
I go
you're a
back to
Chicago
Steppenwolf a lot.
baby.
I did see the show. I'm a huge fan of Sam Hunter. And for those who maybe couldn't stomach The Whale, because it's a tough one, this is just more kind of meat and potatoes Americana. Laurie Metcalf doing what she does best. She's this kind of woman that lives alone, and her gay nephew comes to live with her. And it offers surprises along the way. And you're right, Joe directed it immaculately.
Truly one of our greatest directors. And it begins, if I'm not mistaken, around COVID and then goes and follows through, correct?
That's right. Yeah. And they connect by watching TV, just like we all do.
We're almost out of time for plays, but I do want to point out Oedipus, which I did not catch in London. This was the talk of the town. Finally coming here, playing Studio 54, Mark Strong and Leslie Manville in this spin on the Sophocles tragedy. What do you know about Oedipus?
I don't know much about it, but I think with that cast, Mark Strong and Leslie Manville, I think it's going to draw a lot of ticket buyers to see these strong performances.
Yeah.
Leslie Manville, I think, is making her Broadway debut.
She is.
And Mark Strong was Tony nominated the last time he was on Broadway for View from the Bridge.
That's right, that Ivo Van Hove production with Russell Tovey.
I think if you were in London, I was in London just after this closed, and all I heard was, what a shame that you did not see this show. So it really is one of my top priorities this season.
I can't wait. And finally, Waiting for Godot, which the return of Jamie Lloyd, who's never going to leave us, which I love. That is a revival coming back, and very exciting revival.
With Bill and Ted.
Yes.
Right? I mean, Bill and Ted do this show, which I think it's exciting that a lot of people are going to go see this show to see the 2 actors.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to get people in to see this show.
Exciting is one word for it.
Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, of course, from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. What are you hearing about this production, John?
So I'm very hot and cold on Jamie Lloyd and plays.
Well, the last 2 musicals you loved.
I
Sunset
did.
Boulevard and Evita.
But I didn't like his A Doll's House with Jessica Chastain. But he does, or Tom Holland in Romeo, awful Romeo and Juliet in London, abhorrent. I hope this is more like Sunset Boulevard, but with Keanu Reeves, what he'll do, they'll say, whisper into this microphone, and they'll jack it up in the Hudson, and we'll see some sort of acting.
Well, I am excited for Waiting for Godot. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more premiere theater coverage and exclusive interviews, click the subscribe button. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you there.